commencement speeches, remember?
Yeah, to stay so calm. It's such an intense moment, too.
Just do what they think is the right thing to do at the moment.
And welcome back to CBS This Morning. Coming up in this half hour, new information about the timeline in the murder of a Washington, D.C. family ahead, how a surviving housekeeper is helping authorities, and a text message that may have hinted of the horrifying scene.
Plus, big box retailers like Walmart and Target are struggling for sales against online competitors. Financial contributor Melody Hobson will join us on whether new sales strategies are helping turn the companies around. That's ahead.
I'm going to show you some of this morning's headlines. USA Today says, after a decade of war in Afghanistan and billions in American funds, the United States failed to defeat the Taliban. $58 billion will be spent this year. Newspaper says that without a political settlement, the fight against the Taliban will be a stalemate.
The Los Angeles Times says Americans get too many tests to screen for common types of cancer. The American College of Physicians says about 6 in 10 adults have a colonoscopy more often than they need to. The group says Americans should dial back because less intensive screening leads to reduction in risks and costs. And always talk to your doctor.
Right.
Yeah.
The Washington Post reports the White House today announces the first national strategy to protect honeybees. From April 2014 to this year, beekeepers lost 42% of their colonies. Bees are key to pollinating commercial fruit and vegetable crops. Among the strategies to save them, managing the way forests are replanted after a wildfire. This article is interesting. It said the president has had a fascination with honeybees for a really long time. He says they're the canary in the coal mine.
Yeah. They have a honeybee thing at the White House with all the bees and stuff like that, but bees are very important to our
ecosystem.
Yes, that's right. Birds and the bees are important. All right. The Baltimore Sun says the convicted killer featured in the Serial podcast got a boost in his bid for a new trial. Maryland Appeals Court told a lower court it can hear alibi testimony from Adnan Syed's high school classmate. In an affidavit, Asia McLean says she saw Syed at the time prosecutors believe he killed his ex-girlfriend. She says on January 13th, 1999, she held a 15 to 20-minute conversation with Syed at the library.
And CBS San Francisco says a group of Oakland airport baggage handlers are charged in an alleged drug ring. Prosecutors say they used security badges to smuggle suitcases filled with marijuana through screening areas. They would then allegedly hand the luggage to passengers who would transport the drugs as carry-ons.
This morning, a housekeeper is helping investigators with the timeline in a puzzling quadruple murder in Washington, D.C. A businessman and his wife and their 10-year-old son and a second housekeeper were found dead 5 days ago. Well, now police are trying to identify a person of interest. Wyatt Andrews is outside the family's home in Washington. It's just blocks away from the vice president's residence. Wyatt, good morning.
Good morning. The house fire here that left 4 people dead also left a crime scene that investigators describe as brutal and horrific. That was last Thursday. Now there's emerging evidence from a witness who says the ordeal faced by that family may have begun by Wednesday night. Nelitzia Gutierrez is a housekeeper who has worked for the family for 20 years. She was supposed to report to work on Thursday, but got an unusual voicemail Wednesday night from the owner and one of the victims, businessman Sava Savopoulos, telling her she wasn't needed because their other housekeeper, Vera Figueroa, was staying the night.
Like maybe they changed plans in the last minute, they say not to come.
In that voicemail, Savopoulos says, "I hope you get this message. Amy is in bed sick tonight, and she was sick this afternoon. Vera offered to stay and help her out." But Gutierrez says that was out of the ordinary because the family had never asked either woman for overnight help.
Vera offered to stay overnight, which is not normal because she never stayed in that place overnight. But I never got that message the same night.
Neighbors also tell CBS News the voicemail indicates something was very wrong on Wednesday night. The length of time the family was under duress and possibly held captive matters because of the chilling announcement from D.C. Police Chief Kathy Lanier that 3 of the 4 victims had been physically abused before the house caught fire Thursday afternoon.
There were injuries discovered, appear to be blunt force or sharp object injuries.
When the fire was extinguished, police recovered the bodies of Savopoulos, his 47-year-old wife Amy, their 10-year-old son Philip, along with Figueroa. Police say there were no signs of forced entry. This is one of those neighborhoods where everyone knows each other. It's a community that's in mourning because they've lost close friends, but there's also fear. Until the police have more answers about what happened, there's no way for residents to know if this was a planned attack targeting one family or a more random home invasion targeting the affluence of the community. Charlie?
Why, thanks. This morning, some of the country's biggest retailers, including Walmart and Target, are beginning to report first quarter earnings. Both of those big box stores are trying to re-energize sales after losing customers to online rivals like Amazon. Walmart reported revenues $114 billion this morning, which is less than expected. The company says sales are up 3.5% compared to the first quarter of last year. CBS News financial contributor Melody Hobson is in Chicago. Melody, good morning.
Good morning.
So how big a problem is this for these big box retailers, and what are they going to do about it?
Well, they have to get back their market share. The online competition has really eaten their lunch. They've taken advantage of them during the vulnerable economy when things were really tough. Now we're looking at lower gas prices, increasing wages, falling unemployment. It's time for them to get back their customer.
Melody, I know you've spoken with some people at Target. What is their plan?
So they've got a plan to, first of all, localize their stores. So they're more regional. They have a regional feel, regional taste. Secondly, they want to drive traffic with grocery. This is what they say. Everyone's obsessed with health and wellness. Health means fresh. Fresh means perishable. Perishable means traffic. And last but not least, urban stores that are smaller footprints all over the country.
I saw in an article they said that the suburban mom is no longer the bullseye. So who exactly are they trying to court? What is the change in consumer tastes?
Interesting. The person that I talked to yesterday talked about the mom and making the mom customer. She referred to her again and again. And she said the one thing about the mom who's looking for value is to make sure they feel very comfortable in the store. So a little bit different from what I heard from that high-level executive yesterday.
How important is delivery to these online companies and to the competition?
Excuse me, Charlie?
How important is delivery, fast delivery?
Delivery is important. They're talking about omni-channel. So the way they want it to work is maybe you order online and go to the store and pick it up. Or you're at the store, the merchandise is not there for you, you scan the label, and it gets delivered to you lickety-split. So delivery, and that's why this urbanization strategy is going to be extraordinarily important.
All right. Melody.
Thank you, and a great commencement speech at USC.
Yes, congratulations.
So was yours.
Thank you.
All right, Melody, good to see you. Thank you so much. And there's a search for new money in the rapidly expanding marijuana business ahead, how some startups are trying to profit from the industry without selling pot. And if you're taking your kids to school or heading off to work or going to a doctor's appointment, whatever it may be, just set your DVR so you can watch CBS This Morning anytime. We'll be right back.
You've tried to forget your hepatitis C. It's slow moving, you tell yourself. I have time. After all, there may be no symptoms for years. No wonder you try to push it to the back of your mind and forget it. But here's something you shouldn't forget. Hepatitis C is a serious disease. If left untreated, it can lead to liver damage and potentially even liver cancer. If you are one of the millions of people with hepatitis C, you haven't been forgotten. There's never been a better time to rethink your Hep C. Because people like you may benefit from scientific advances. Advances that could help cure your Hep C. Visit HepCHope.com or call to talk to a Hep C educator who can help answer your questions and work with you to create a personalized plan to prepare you for a conversation with your Hep C specialist.
Did you know you don't have to get your glasses where you get your eyes examined? At VisionWorks, we have the most frames of anyone. So bring us your prescription and find a pair of glasses that fit your style and your budget. It's all about helping you be a better you. VisionWorks.
Now at Chili's, new top shelf ranchero chicken tacos. Stop in for lunch and tap, swipe, and go. Chili's, fresh is happening now.
Get the Samsung Galaxy
Galaxy S6 for $0 down and get a free Samsung tablet.
I told her not to eat the King's Hawaiian.
These were for the party.
Let's see Daddy find them here.
Irresistible King's Hawaiian bread in the deli or in-store bakery.
When Penn and Teller brought comedy to magic, they created a whole new kind of performance. The Mazda CX-5 brings a newly refined interior and sophisticated technology, together with the performance and efficiency you'd never expect in a CUV. The Mazda CX-5.
Today, we proudly announce the best Blizzard menu ever, featuring Brownie Batter's return and the world's favorite Oreo Blizzard. That's right, America. This is happening.
You could quite possibly get an Oscar.
I didn't even think you could act until I saw this.
Could you please not make fun of me?
Ever?
We're gonna do this? So I got the pizza boy. But he walks in L.A. He looks stupid. The brother Fredo. I'm having a great hair day. And the turtle.
Didn't you used to be really fat?
All right, what kind of studio are you running around here? Blind loyalty to each other is kind of sharp.
Entourage, rated R. Advance tickets now on sale. Crybaby politicians whining to expand Medicaid and Obamacare. More taxes, more spending. Let's say no. Siobhan Donovan, a doctor who's delivered thousands of babies. Pro-life, small business owner. Siobhan's against expanding Medicaid, against Obamacare.
My opponents, all lawyers. Well, lawyers wrote Obamacare, and now crybaby politicians want to expand Medicaid. I say no. I can handle crying babies and deliver conservative results for you.
Oh, she gonna do that.
We are back now at 7:42 with more on Bruce Jenner, revealing more than ever about his transition last night. His family opening up in part 2 of the TV special, letting the world in on the emotional journey they are all on. Nightline's Juju Chang is here with more for us. Good morning, Juju.
Good morning, Larry. You know, we all know this is a family whose most intimate details are for public consumption. And yet, Kris Jenner sitting down with Bruce for the first time about his transition, even with all the cameras around, feels brutally honest, filled with lots of pain and lots of tears.
You're the toughest one to talk to out of anybody, okay?
Well, maybe it's because I'm the one you lied to the longest.
For the first time overnight, Kris Jenner sharing her toughest feelings.
I think I'm just so confused right now.
Where's your confusion?
I think you shut me out a long time ago. And I just think that being honest is something that we all would have appreciated. And I think your truth in your head is different than the truth that came out of your mouth.
Kris raw with emotion in part 2 of About Bruce, a Keeping Up with the Kardashians special event.
And I'm trying so hard to just process my pain and get through my days. It's a struggle. I wake up in the morning, and then I realize, oh my God, this is really happening. I have to mourn this person I was married to for all these years. Then look at pictures of you and the kids, and I get really sad because I feel like you died. You know, Bruce died.
Bruce's daughters excited and nervous for their first encounter with her.
Even though I haven't really seen her, when he talks about her, he's happy, and that makes me happy. My biggest fear about meeting her for the first time is just, I think, my reaction. I don't want to do anything that would be offensive or hurt her feelings. I do want to meet her, but when he's ready, when we're both ready.
Easing the way through this uncharted journey, Kim showing her love, joining Bruce in his closet.
Can I confess?
What? You copy my outfits?
No.
Oh.
I stole your outfit.
What? You stole my outfit?
Turns out not the first time Bruce has sneaked outfits from the women in his life.
This is what you should be wearing.
Actually, Mom, I got that from Mom.
Learning support will come in the least expected ways.
I couldn't have a better stylist than you, that's for damn sure, girl.
That was so much fun.
I never thought I would do that with you.
Jenner says the transgender community is at a place where the gay community was about, say, 30 years ago, and that he hopes these frank conversations he's having with his family out in the open will help others understand, have some compassion. But I thought that moment where Kim Kardashian is styling her father's clothes, it went from a father-daughter moment and morphed into something completely different.
Yeah, but again, it's all about being inclusive and understanding, and as we said, changing the narrative. Thank you so much, Juju.
My pleasure.
And coming up here on GMA, medical miracle, the identical triplets born against the odds. Two of them conjoined the emergency surgery to separate them.
And Amy, you know about this Taylor Swift's Bad Blood music video trending big, especially with your girls, but it's her behind-the-scenes fail that's got everyone talking.
Wait for it.
That's right. Give me some blood.
Water.
I want to knock the elf out.
We take our showers with it. We make our coffee with it. But we rarely tap its true potential and just let it be itself. Flowing freely into clean lakes, clear streams, and along more freshwater coastline than any other state in the country. Come realize water's true potential. Dive in to the waters of pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
Introducing Light and Fit Protein Shakes, the new way to help make temptations shrink away. With 12 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, and 0% fat. New Light and Fit Protein Shakes taste the power of satisfaction.
I smoked a lot and quit a lot, but ended up nowhere. Now I use this.
The Nicoderm CQ patch with unique extended release technology helps prevent the urge to smoke all day.
I want this time to be my last time. That's why I choose Nicoderm CQ.
Aren't you Kristen Press?
That's me.
Great to see you out the soccer field.
What's that sunscreen?
It's Coppertone Clearly Sheer. Lightweight, breathable protection.
Your skin looks amazing, not greasy.
Try it.
Heads up!
Show off.
I heard that.
Coppertone Clearly Sheer.
I told her not to eat the King's Hawaiian.
These are for the party.
Let's see Daddy find them here.
Irresistible King's Hawaiian bread in the deli or in-store bakery.
I just got the best night's sleep on this Beauty Rest mattress. This is cause for celebration.
The Beauty Rest Recharge line with pocketed coil technology. Get your beauty rest.
Every time you fill up at Valero, you could save up to 8 cents a gallon, and that could give you some pretty nifty savings at the end of each month. All you have to do is use your convenient Valero credit card every time you fill up, and watch those dollars really add up. So don't miss out. Use your Valero credit card and start saving right away. Over and over. It's money in the tank.
West Broad Hyundai invites you to our anniversary sale as we celebrate our 3rd year at 8903 West Broad. During May, West Broad Hyundai is pleased to offer up to $8,000 off MSRP on select 2015 models. That's up to $8,000 off MSRP. And best of all, they still come with a Hyundai Assurance Plan and America's Best Warranty. What happens when you combine great deals, over 8.5 acres of factory fresh Hyundais, and RVA's #1 dealer in customer satisfaction? You've got the anniversary sale at West Broad Hyundai, your Hyundai Superstore.
The Memorial Day savings start now at Mattress Discounters. Get our lowest prices ever on Spring Air. Twin mattresses just $78. Plus, for the first time ever, get a free smart fitness tracker with every queen or king Sealy Posturepedic or hybrid purchase. Queen sets start at just $599.99. And get free next day delivery on select mattresses. If you buy your mattress anywhere else, you'll pay too much.
You were very familiar with the speech fee today.
Oh, yes, because it was my life last night, as so many other moms and women around the world watching it meant Taylor Swift. They say stars are just like us, right? Which means sometimes they wipe out while making a brand new music video. Taylor Swift knows a thing or two about that. She recently debuted the star-studded, action-packed video song Bad Blood. It's already been viewed more than 18 million times. So take a look at that scene right there. See, she walks out, bursting through the wall, perfectly, flawlessly. Well, Monday night, she posted this behind-the-scenes video. The first take for making that same scene, Hashtag stunt fail. But you love it because she gets up, she goes like, oh, okay, I'm okay. That clip has been viewed more than 845,000 times in just hours. But you know what she said? I'm fine, guys. She's like, I forgot to keep walking.
Letting people see, you can fall down like that, get back up.
Get back up, you try again, and make a killer video.
Yeah, look at the final product. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, Amy. We have so much ahead. Dancing with the Stars, the big finale is tonight, and before going down to the wire, we're going to talk about an all-out battle between these three.
We asked people to tell us something that happened in their past and something that might happen in their future. The good things were put on yellow magnets and the bad ones on blue. The results show the past was a pretty even mix of good and bad, yet the future was almost all good things. Now that you've seen the results of this experiment, what does it mean to you?
We all want to think about positive stuff.
Realistically, there will be down times.
It's great to think optimistically, but let's plan for whatever the future might bring.
Prudential, bring your challenges.
JCPenney's Memorial Day sale is here. Hurry in and get an extra $10 off when you spend $25 or more with coupon. Plus, get doorbusters like men's polos, women's tees, or Levi's shorts for her. JCPenney, when it fits, you feel it.
Some people say it's the best yogurt they've ever tasted. And some people haven't tasted it yet. Creamy Greek yogurt and delicious toppings, perfectly paired. Faye Total Split Cup.
Hurry in to Ashley Furniture Home Store for the Mega Mattress event going on this week. Take advantage of our longest finance offer ever. No interest for 80 months on Tempur-Pedic, Beauty Rest World Class, iComfort, and Stearns & Foster. Hurry in. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home.
Morning, beautiful.
What's this?
It's Silk Vanilla Almond Milk. 2 out of 3 people prefer it over milk on their cereal.
This does taste better than milk.
Welcome to the popular table. Or not.
We have to stop the sale of a nuclear bomb.
I'll do it. Don't let me down.
I will let you out.
Stop talking.
I'm gonna ruin this mission.
You have lipstick on your teeth. Looks like you ate a box of crayons.
I see you watching. What are you doing? Saving you! Your hand out my butt!
You'll be given a new identity.
Oh!
It's a confidence builder.
Rated R, June 5th.
At Philadelphia, there's an art to making cream cheese. We always use fresh, local milk, real cream, and no preservatives. And it's these real ingredients that give Philadelphia cream cheese its delicious, one-of-a-kind taste. When it comes to making cream cheese, Philadelphia sets the standard. So rich, so creamy. Only Philadelphia.
Americans, 83% try to eat healthy, yet up to 90% fall short in getting key nutrients from food alone. Let's do more. Add One-A-Day Men's, complete with key nutrients we may need, plus it helps support healthy blood pressure with vitamin D and magnesium. One-A-Day Men's.
One of the cool perks of this place is you can eat as much cereal as you want. You can go to any line that's running and pull a box of cereal.
All righty.
We just like cereal. We make it, eat it, love it, live it.
Can a bra really be age-defying?
Enhancing Shape by Soma, the age-defying t-shirt bra with top-shaping pad technology that eliminates gaps.
For a beautiful shape at any age.
Enhancing Shape at Soma and Soma.com.
This is amazing.
I love this car.
Real people are discovering surprising things at Chevy.
This is a road trip car.
We're sold. It's so pretty.
They're good-looking cars. It feels great.
Perfect. This is not what I would expect from a Chevy at all.
Get more than you expect for less than you imagined at the Chevy Memorial Day sale going on now. Get cash back for 15% of the MSRP on select 2015 models in stock the longest. That's almost $3,700 on this Chevy Malibu.
See your Heart of Virginia Chevy dealers.
To make sure our customers get the best service, I'm going undercover.
So you can pick it up.
Tomorrow afternoon?
Morning.
Wow, that's fast.
And reliable.
How reliable?
Guaranteed.
How guaranteed?
Lifetime.
That's huge.
And no one suspected a thing.
So great customer service?
Mission accomplished.
There's no disguising it. More care, less cost. Discover the elephant difference at elephant.com.
Made in America is back. David Muir takes us deep into the Mojave Desert, the new space race, the vehicle that could soon give everyday Americans a rocket ride into space, and the astronauts who will share the view. This week, only on World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good Morning America is brought to you by Soma, your new broad destination in sizes 32A to 44.
The new champion is Dancing Squad Grand Finale, ABC tonight.
Next Tuesday, the wait is over.
I'm not letting you quit.
Chris and Heidi Powell will transform these lives.
I can do this. You can do what? I can do anything.
Every week, see the amazing results from start to finish. Extreme Weight Loss premieres next Tuesday on ABC.
This is an 8 News Update.
7:56 now. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm Morgan Dean. We will check your headlines in a moment or two, but we want to begin with Matt and your storm tracker weather first. Some thunderstorms moving through last night. Matt, you're saying a chance we could see them again today, right?
Yeah, small chance again because of that heat and humidity building and a weak weather system moving on in. Kind of humid out there. A few clouds have rolled on in. Again, we are seeing the sunshine through. Temperature right now 75 degrees as of just before 8 o'clock. We're at 70 in Quinton and Tappahannock, even over to Ashland. A bunch of 70s down toward Blackstone, Lawrenceville, Cambridge. Everybody very humid this morning, thanks in part to some of the moisture that's around from those storms from yesterday. We're going to see the sunshine today. It's going to get hot. It's going to get real humid again. 88 at the lunch hour, 91 by 2 o'clock. Watch between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. for some isolated storms. The main threat would be quick, heavy downpours. Behind that system, cooler, less humid. Tomorrow, 80 and sunshine. Let's go back over to Morgan now.
Thanks, Matt. A 5-year-old boy from Hopewell med flooded at VCU Medical Center after crashing into an SUV. This all happened yesterday evening at the intersection of Trenton Street and Carolina Avenue. The boy was riding a small electric bike down a hill when someone who saw it happen says the boy ran right into the back of the SUV. His family tells us he had a gash on his forehead and it hurt his shoulder. The good news here, the family says he is expected to make a full recovery. 7:57, time now for a check on traffic. Tim, how are the roadways?
Hey, Morgan, we do have some issues here still on Turner Road that is closed down at Cloverleaf Drive due to the house fire that occurred earlier this morning, so avoid that area if possible. Should be a reopening very soon. Also, Benjamin Harrison bridge resurfacing project began yesterday, continuing all the way through June 19th. You can expect to add about 15 minutes to your delay if you use that bridge normally on a day-to-day basis, and plan accordingly for that. Live look outside here, I-95 Chamberlain Avenue, moving along okay. Another check, news, weather, and traffic coming up in 25 minutes. We'll see you then.
8 News Storm Tracker Weather is sponsored by Bruce's Super Body Shops, where you never pay more than your deductible.
Years after your accident, will you still be in pain? Will you be able to survive financially?
At Allen & Allen, we know that a personal injury can affect the rest of your life, and we've dedicated our lives to fighting for you.
We're Allen & Allen. Call us.
This is a vanilla bean. I see vanilla specks. A little crushed vanilla bean. 2,000 vanilla stacks. Breyers has fresh cream, sugar, and milk.
Breyers Natural Vanilla. Milk and fresh cream and only sustainably farmed vanilla.
Here's my ice cream dance. You ever spin on your head? Yeah. Once.
Breyers, the good vanilla. We're proud to announce that our milk and cream come from cows not treated with artificial growth hormones.
Your pet. Could you love them any more? Probably not. But now you can give them even more when you save with Sentry FiberGuard Plus. With Sentry FiberGuard Plus, your pet is just as protected against fleas and ticks as with Frontline Plus. Because Sentry FiberGuard Plus has the same active ingredients but costs less than vet prices. And saving money helps you buy more tennis balls. Sentry FiberGuard Plus, available at these retailers.
Every day, Dominion lineman Justin Worley helps power the industries that power our region and our nation. Here in Virginia, we have the highest concentration of tech workers in the country, and more than 50% of U.S. internet traffic passes through our state, transforming businesses and lives. Technology is just one of the many sectors that depend on us to deliver reliable energy today and into the future. Dominion, what we do every day, powers Virginia's every day.
Good morning, Richmond, where the weather comes first.
It's 8 a.m. Baby, oh baby, identical triplets born against all odds. 2 of them conjoined. Their emergency surgery and the tough road ahead.
Medical mystery. Hidden autism, the real-life story of a woman struggling to fit in, unaware she was living with the disorder all along. And could there be many more like her?
And it's an all-out battle for the mirror ball. Noah on the verge of tears last night.
This is going to be a very, very tight final.
Riker dominating on the dance floor. And Rumor wowing in the ballroom. And it's the clash of the Bachelorettes. Behind the scenes of the show already shocking fans and critics. Chris Harrison is with us live, dishing on love, as we say...
Good morning, America.
Good Morning America continues live from Times Square with Robin, George, Lara, Amy, and Ginger.
Chris Harrison always takes time to smell the roses. Now he's handing them out to
the ladies.
The ladies out in the crowd this morning. He's got a new hit book, honestly, about the Bachelorette. As we say, Good Morning America.
It is a mega deals and stills. Good Morning America. The first of 3 this week, and this one's all about music. Ginger and Tori have a flash deal now, Kim.
Our mega deals and steals by instruments here because it's all about kids' instruments. Tori Johnson. Look at the girl, right? I'm so impressed with this, like, wind blowing in your hair. Not my hair, her hair. Anyway, first up from Guild, Schoenhut Instruments. We have 10 different instruments from the baby grand piano with the bench, guitars, huge assortment that you will only find at GoodMorningAmerica.com on Yahoo. Normally, these deals start at $30, $30 to $160. Everything today is slashed in half. How good is that? $15 to $80. No, I don't know if we're doing more wind blown. More wind blown? More wind, please. Yes. Coming up. We'll have so much more coming up. More deals so that make it sing.
Does the wind machine come with it? It really does look like a music video. We have been waiting to officially say this. Welcome, Jesse Palmer. Yes, it is official. You're going to be a special contributor to us here at the GMA family. And my friend, you can do it all. Your versatility that we have seen already. You'll get dirty. You'll get down in the mud. You know, the mudder things. You'll get in the ring.
He's always smiling.
Just like that.
So far, George. So far.
Yeah. And then with Rhonda, remember she run around, gives him a little toss there.
No one can question my dedication.
No. Oh, but that special story you also brought us with the big-time baseball coach who changed the lives of kids playing Little League. And, okay, ESPN fans, he'll still be around college football season. Don't worry.
So that means you're joining the 7-day-a-week club.
That's true. It's climbing up.
None of us do just one job, so here's to that.
Thanks so much. I just want to say I'm so humbled. I'm so excited for this fantastic opportunity to work with you all. And I want to thank everybody at ABC and the ABC family for this incredible opportunity, and ESPN for continuing to support me. And, of course, my mom, my dad, all my family that really love and support. And, of course, my French Bulldog, Tulip, who really runs the show.
You've made us better every day.
That's nice to say, George. Thanks. We're going to have fun.
Oh, there's a French Bulldog.
Yeah, there she is. That little dog runs my life. Yeah, runs the show.
Okay,
you sound like Mickey Rourke, like accepting an Oscar.
Let's go to Amy with the morning rundown.
All right, congratulations, Jesse. And the big story this morning, the extreme weather that Ginger has been tracking for us. 3 inches of rain fell in just 45 minutes in central Texas. All that water washing out roads from Texas to Mississippi, prompting at least 20 high water rescues. In Louisiana, an 11-year-old died in a car that was swept away. A younger sibling escaped and was rescued after clinging to a tree for an hour. We'll have much more in Ginger's forecast coming up. Well, the city of Waco is bracing for more violence after that gunfight between rival motorcycle gangs that left 9 people dead. 170 bikers are each being held on $1 million bond, facing organized crime charges. Some will be charged with capital murder. Police say a bulletin went out earlier this month warning that gang members were ordered to kill anyone in uniform. Meanwhile, the restaurant where it all took place has been shut down for good. Overseas right now, dramatic video showing dozens of Iraqi military personnel being rescued from inside the city of Ramadi, which is now controlled by ISIS. Iraqi officials calling this rescue a success, but the ISIS victory in that city is raising doubts about the U.S. strategy in Iraq. To a health alert now, and word that some women with dense breast tissue may not need extra cancer screening. Dense breasts have been linked to cancer and make cancer harder to detect. But a new study found only about half of women with dense tissue are at high enough risk to warrant additional screening. Researchers say there are several risk factors, including age and family history, that doctors should take into account before ordering extra tests. And a Texas couple is calling the birth of their baby girls a miracle. The rare identical triplets were delivered over the weekend. 2 of them joined at the pelvis, but doctors are hopeful the girls will soon be able to lead separate lives. More now from ABC's Rena Ninen.
Doctors are calling it a 1 in 50 million chance. Identical triplet girls. And what's more unusual, 2 of them are conjoined.
We weren't expecting it. And it was something really rare.
Catalina, Amina, and Scarlett were born minutes apart at 34 weeks. And Amina and Scarlett joined at the pelvis.
When you talk about babies being delivered at 34 weeks, we worry about the baby's brain, the baby's eyes, the baby's lungs, and the baby's GI tract.
Doctors performed emergency surgery to begin the process of separating Amina and Scarlett. The outcome, the twins now have separate bladders. Our affiliate's cameras were there when Dad Raul held baby Catalina for the first time.
God chose us for a reason, to take care of them.
Doctors say in 6 months, they'll be able to perform the extensive surgery on the twins to separate them completely.
This is a very rare finding and a rare abnormality, and we want to be sure that we have as much information as is possible.
For Good Morning America, Rena Ninen, ABC News, New York.
Our thanks to Rena for that, but truly miraculous. We wish them all the very best.
Okay, thank you, Amy. And in case anyone missed it, check out this emotional moment on Dancing with the Stars.
I think it's going to be powerful because it's real.
You know, Noah really nails last night's freestyle. Makes for an all-out battle for the Mirror Ball Trophy. We're going to have a lot more on that coming up. Now let's go to Larry in the Social Square.
Thank you so much, George. And here is what's coming up on our GMA morning menu. Secret autism. The woman who didn't realize she was living with it until she was 21 years old. How she finally learned she had the disorder. And the ultimate bachelorette battle. We're going behind the scenes as 2 women go head-to-head. And who doesn't love Chris Harrison?
From Auto Trader. I just told them what we needed, and they go find it. Auto Trader can do that? Oh, look out!
With Auto Trader finding them a new car, the Dukes can find a way out. Find your car your way.
I told her not to eat the King's Hawaiian.
These were for the party.
Oh, he did it again. Let's see Daddy find them here.
Irresistible King's Hawaiian bread. Say aloha to the sweetest summer ever with our delicious hamburger and hot dog buns.
Quilted Northern works so well, people can forget their bathroom experience. But Sir Froggy can never forget. What's worse, he thinks, that my arms can never relax, or my eyes can never look away.
Small businesses develop a sense of community, of contributing to the common good. And that's part of the DNA of the country.
Karate is my tool, but my end goal is to make better people.
I can introduce you to who grew your food. That matters.
To give people in this community a job, it's such a good feeling.
Small business is a revolution. I need my business to be something I'm proud of.
I know that I'm doing what I was meant to do.
See the original short film and photo series at smallbusinessrevolution.org.
People with type 2 diabetes come from all walks of life. If you have high blood sugar, ask your doctor about Farxiga. It's a different kind of medicine that works by removing some sugar from your body. Along with diet and exercise, Farxiga helps lower blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes. With 1 pill a day, Farxiga helps lower your A1C. And although it's not a weight loss or blood pressure drug, Farxiga may help you lose weight and may even lower blood pressure when used with certain diabetes medicines. Do not take if allergic to Farxiga or its ingredients. Symptoms of a serious allergic reaction include rash, swelling, or difficulty breathing or swallowing. If you have any of these symptoms, stop taking Farxiga and seek medical help right away. Do not take Farxiga if you have severe kidney problems, are on dialysis, or have bladder cancer. Tell your doctor right away if you have blood or red color in your urine or pain while you urinate. Farxiga can cause serious side effects including dehydration, genital yeast infections in women and men, low blood sugar, kidney problems, and increased bad cholesterol. Common side effects include urinary tract infections, changes in urination, and runny nose. Need to lower your blood sugar? Ask your doctor about Farxiga. And visit our website to learn how you may be able to get every month free.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Only at Macy's.
New Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. Flonase is the 24-hour relief that outperforms a leading allergy pill. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control 1 substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So go ahead, inhale life, excite your senses, seize the day and the night. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
Welcome back. Time now for the Heat Index and today's hot button. It's a fight to the finish on the Dancing with the Stars finale. So much emotion last night. GMA's Melissa Rycroft has all the drama from the ballroom.
It all comes down to this. The final 3 dancing it out in the most competitive season ever of Dancing with the Stars.
This is going to be a very, very tight final.
The remaining contestants first doing an encore performance of one of their favorite routines in an attempt at gaining higher scores. Rumors reprise even bringing Dad Bruce Willis to tears.
Die hard, baby.
But then it was time for the main event, the highly anticipated freestyles. Rocker Riker Lynch was white hot in his show-stopping stunner.
I have had one of the most amazing times of my entire life.
Tied at the top of the leaderboard with actress-singer Rumor Willis dancing to the beat of her own voice.
With the taste of your lips, I'm alright. You're toxic.
I am completely ecstatic right now.
And Army vet Noah Galloway's emotional number.
We've seen Noah the warrior, we've seen Noah the victor. For our freestyle, I really want to see the vulnerable side of Noah.
I think it's gonna be good. With, what we've been rehearsing and the ending. I think it's gonna be powerful, because it's real.
Oh, how real it was. All ahead of tonight's big showdown. Just who will walk home with that glistening golden mirror bowl is still way up in the air. For Good Morning America, Melissa Rycroft, ABC News, Dallas.
We're talking with we have no idea.
None of us can guess.
No. So you're going to have to watch Dancing with the Stars finale event tonight, 9/8 Central, right here on ABC. And tomorrow morning, you know what's going to happen. It's going to be a huge Dancing with the Stars after party tomorrow.
Okay, up next on the Heat Index, medical mystery. It's about a woman who spent most of her life struggling to figure out why she couldn't fit in, unaware that she was living with a condition doctors failed to diagnose. Turns out that happens a lot more often than you think. And Jesse Palmer's here with more on this story we first saw in the Wall Street Journal. Hey, Jesse.
Thanks, George. For 21 years, Lydia Wayman knew she was different, but doctors and psychologists couldn't explain why. Then, during her senior year in college, a friend noticed something unusual about Lydia that helped her finally get the answers she needed. For 27-year-old Lydia Wayman, life has been a series of hard-won battles since childhood.
I got overwhelmed around other kids a lot. I was frustrated a lot too, because food and tags and clothes and crowds and fireworks, so many things were hard, but I really wasn't able to communicate it when I was really little, so I just cried.
She would just refuse to eat. I would mention it to the pediatrician, and he would say, you know, it's not unusual. They can be very picky eaters.
Doctors eventually put her on medication for anxiety and depression.
I've heard everything from she's stubborn, she's a manipulator, personality disorder.
But what Lydia's doctors missed and her family didn't know, she was on the autism spectrum. While we don't yet know the number of adults that go undiagnosed, today 1 in 68 children are on the autism spectrum. It's the fastest growing developmental disorder in the U.S. The one area where Lydia always excelled was academics, but teachers said she was lazy.
And she just seemed incapable of keeping things organized.
It wasn't until Lydia was 21 and a senior in college that a friend, recognizing the symptoms, suggested she be evaluated for autism. Shortly after, Lydia was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder.
It's easy if you get a diagnosis like that to, like, poor me, wallow. I'm the same person I always was.
So why did it take so long for Lydia to be diagnosed?
Years ago, the prevalence wasn't as great, and I think that in some cases there wasn't as much awareness, and so clinicians may not have been able to diagnose as easily.
And in that blog that Lydia writes for Autism Speaks, she says of her experience, while autism does mean that I am absorbed within myself, that doesn't mean that I don't want you around. If you can come to me, I'd love to let you in. There's a whole world in here. Maybe you should check it out.
Wow. Okay, Jesse, thanks. You see, Dr. Richard Besser's here. Right now, let's talk about this a little bit more. This key moment when her friend realized that she was unusually bothered by bright lights. Why was that so important?
Yeah, you know, it's this concept of sensory overload. And let me show you what that's like. Jesse's going to put on these virtual reality headsets and look at some video clips from the group Autism Speaks. And it gives you a sense of what the experience is like for someone who's hypersensitive to sound and to light, where they're all amplified. And then they go through their life and have that kind of experience. Now, when you think about autism, there's a spectrum. So there's some people on the higher end where all they may experience is some difficulty with their social interaction. And then people on the other end of that spectrum who are so debilitated that they have trouble talking. But for Lydia, it was that intensity of light that was the clue that she had that hypersensitivity that you'll see.
And your heart went out to her when you were hearing from her mother all these things they thought about her. And here along she was on the spectrum. So how do you know? Is there any way you can be certain?
Yeah, it's hard. It's not like diabetes where you can go in and they do a blood test and tell you this is what you have. You know, doctors will use a checklist. But you can go online. If you're struggling and you're wondering, you can go online and take a quiz and get a sense of the kinds of questions that they're going to ask. So here are 3 of the things that you would need to react to. The first statement: I get extremely upset when the way I like to do things is suddenly changed. The next one: some ordinary textures that do not bother others feel very offensive when they touch my skin. And the third one: it's difficult for me to understand how other people are feeling when we're talking. So, you know, if you take these kind of quizzes or you're concerned, see your doctor and they can sort out whether this applies to you.
And Dr. B, just want to check in with you, Jesse. What was it like, that experience?
It's exactly what Dr. B said. Sensory overload. The light was absolutely piercing. It was as if I had to squint just to look around. The noise was so overwhelming. And I thought when people were looking at me, it was as if they were looking through me or judging me. So I would say more than anything, a real feeling of anxiety. Just having gone through that experience. Absolutely,
Yeah, I mean, watching that video can give you that empathy and compassion. It will help us all interact.
I'm sure people are going to have a lot more questions on this. You'll take them all morning on Twitter?
I will.
Great.
All right, we're going to switch gears in a major way now last night and get to The Bachelorette. It was double the drama on the season premiere last night. Not one but 2 women greeting prospective husbands at the mansion, the men voting on who should stay, and Juju has a look behind the scenes at how the search for love all went down.
Millions of fans tuning in for the kickoff of this season's Bachelorette. And we were there, too, filming the action behind the action, a side you've never seen before.
Knock, knock. 2 bad
bachelorettes.
Two bachelorettes.
That's the joke.
That's right, 2 bachelorettes and a surprise cliffhanger, leaving fans holding their breath. Which women will the men choose? Caitlin Briscoe or Britt Nielsen?
It seems like the country has divided into Team Caitlin and Team Britt.
I mean, it's such a bizarre thing. Yeah, I try to not think about that.
We were granted unprecedented access to the super secret set.
This is the best. This is the scene you don't see this way. This is, see how glamorous this is? Yeah.
The iconic mansion outside LA literally transformed into a Hollywood set.
If you came here 3 days ago, there's very little of this.
Inside, the ceilings are gridded with dozens of studio lights. But finding love while dating multiple men on TV? Really?
There are people at home going, come on.
I don't know. I really think people believe in this show, and obviously I do.
You're not a paid actress.
No.
And you're not being told what to say and what to do?
No. I think you can tell, like, when you get 25 big personalities in a room, you don't need a script.
And here's the part you've never seen. Right there during the cocktail mixer. Dozens of cameras crammed into the adjacent kitchen. Makeup touches for everybody. And of course, the drinks.
Did anybody catch your eye?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When a guy smells good, I'm like, hello.
There was a twinkle with some of these people. I felt kind of an electricity.
Is it going to be weird romancing more than one guy?
Weird, yes. Weird would be a good word to...
Weird's a good word.
Yeah.
Weird's a good word.
But as artificial and downright weird as this show is, both women argue when it comes to finding love, it really works.
I know it's crazy, and believe me, I've watched the show for a long time, and I know how weird it looks from the outside.
But is it actual love, or just the adrenaline rush of a fabricated world made of mansions, hot air balloon rides, and exotic travel?
A lot of people out there are cynical and say, you know, this is just such an artificial construct.
Yet they're still watching, aren't they? Deep down, everybody believes. As much as you want to make fun of the show or make fun of the premise and say it's impossible, the fact is it's not impossible. It's happened. And it has worked many times over.
You know, I also got to meet 5 of the bachelors who will compete ultimately for the triumphant bachelorette. A welder from Idaho, an Ivy League headhunter from LA, a single dad from Detroit, a trainer from California. And what do they all have in common? What? They ooze charm. Big personalities. And, all right, they're easy on the eyes. Exactly.
Just saying. Well, and just saying this, Chris Harrison is with us, everybody, in our next half hour with more on the big premiere. Right now, though, we need to head outside with Ginger, who's got the weather.
Yeah, we do, because I have a message. Alyssa's going to be late to work because she's spending the morning here with us, just to let boss know, all right? And my new friend from Tennessee, we've got to check in on the freeze warnings and frost advisories. That's right. Places like northern Michigan, even though Grand Haven's a little south of those warnings, going to get very cold. Chicago has been in the 80s and 70s. Look what it feels like this morning. The 40s. Much colder. All right, that's the big picture. Let's get a check a little closer to home.
Good morning, everybody. These showers and thunderstorms that some of you had last evening are off the coast. Now I'm watching one more line that'll develop later today and push into us, and that could bring us an isolated storm or two, mix with our heat and humidity, but then break that heat and humidity for tomorrow. 88 degrees at the lunch hour, 91 by 2 o'clock. There are those isolated storms at 5 p.m. Tomorrow, noticeably different.
8 News Storm Tracker Weather is sponsored by Bruce's Super Body Shops, where you never pay more than your deductible.
We are staying dry out here. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the umbrella. Where are y'all from?
Cayucas, California.
Well, welcome. We're going to check in on the West Coast coming up. But for now, let's get back in. It's pop time. Pop time.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Thanks, Jen.
Pop time.
And Chris was on a little bit later, and I know you love pop news,
But I was on the couch, so you just he's here.
He's here, and we don't want to be rude, so we'll just stick around.
Awkward.
So anyway, let's talk pop news, everybody. First up in pop news, love Chris Hemsworth. You know, he may be a superstar, but he does not see his earlier roles as a thorn in his side. Thank you very much. In fact, the Avengers are so grateful for his first break in the Australian soap opera called Home and Away. The actor will appear on an episode tonight as an extra, playing the role of, quote, guy eating a burger. Hemsworth agreed to jump in this scene while visiting his old mates on the set. He just went home to say hi to everybody. While other former stars of this soap have tried to distance themselves from the show, Chris has said he credits every job he gets now to that first break.
I get confused for him all the time.
You,
yeah.
Harrison,
it's annoying.
Hemsworth.
It's so annoying.
Totally
yeah, same body, same accent.
Exactly. Also in pop news this morning, have you guys heard of nomophobia? No mobile phone phobia. It's a real thing. Medical experts say it is, in fact, a sense of anxiety over being separated from your phone. Women almost 4 times more likely to experience it. Here are some of the characteristics: feeling insecure when your phone is dead or you can't check it, and feelings of inadequacy. Inadequacy. When you can't access information. George, you were going on until that point. You're like, yeah.
George could never fathom feeling inadequate.
Never.
It's like, what?
Researchers at Iowa State University have created a 20-question test to help you determine whether you have nomophobia. You can find it online. Ginger took it for us this morning. So did Chris. Ginger is moderate. Moderate nomophobia. Chris, you only had mild.
Oh, good.
Nomophobia.
I think the older you are, we remember what it was like.
Like to live with them.
That's my scientific research.
And just a little, I was going to do this yesterday for our friend Jen Harris, who does love a good cat video. But if you guys think you're having a rough morning, how do you think this guy feels? I mean, the cat is just sitting there trying to have a nice little moment in the sun. He is the most patient cat ever, being harassed. His name is Reggie. And guys, if he can handle this, we can definitely make it through the work week.
Every parent knows that feeling.
And that's pop news. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for letting me stay on the couch.
John, you got to stick around for the next half hour.
I do?
It's not it.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the whole Bachelorette thing.
Oh, it's good.
And Jennifer Weiner's here to go head-to-head with you, so we'll have that coming up.
That and a whole lot more. Also, Amy Winehouse is going to talk about that as well. You got a new book, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Dancing with the Stars on GMA is brought to you by Auto Trader. Find your car your way at Auto Trader.
US Mint has locations in D.C., West Point, Fort Knox, and what 3 cities?
Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco.
Yes!
Only 499 more to go. 500 Questions, a 7-night event, premieres tomorrow on ABC. Celebrity Wife Swap is back. Premieres tomorrow on ABC.
Choose MROC and Kilduff.
This is an 8 News Update. Good morning, everybody. Pretty humid out there. Some clouds have just rolled in the past hour or so, but you can still see the haze across the region. These clouds will give way to full sunshine in just a little bit. We're at 75 degrees right now. Winds out of the northwest at 3. We have 70 out toward Bumpus and Ashland, even Quinton in New Kent County. We go to the south. We're looking at 73 in Petersburg, 73 out to Kenbridge, 72 Crew. Humid across all of central Virginia. As we bring up the satellite picture with the radar, you notice, again, you can see those clouds that are just overhead at the present time. These will be moving away quickly. Lots of breaks in the clouds to our west, and this line right here, that's the line that'll bring us the chance of some storms later this afternoon. Then the humidity breaks. Also, the temperatures drop. 88 degrees at the lunch hour, partly sunny, hot and humid today. 91 at 2 o'clock. We'll top out at 92. Watch for isolated storms from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. The main threat today would be some quick, heavy downpours. Wednesday, I'm looking at 80, low humidity, 75 with some scattered showers on Thursday. Friday through your Memorial Day weekend. It's not rush summer. Memorial Day weekend looking very nice. Low humidity through Monday. Back over to Tim now.
All right, good morning, Matt. We're still having issues here in Turner Road in Chesterfield County from an early this morning house fire. If you usually use Turner Road to get from 60 to Holster Road, it is closed down. Fire investigation is still going on there. Use Ruthers Road instead to avoid that area. Also, we still have issues. We're going to have issues until June 19th, actually. Benjamin Harrison Bridge resurfacing project began yesterday. You can expect to add about 15 minutes to your daily travel time if you normally use that on a day-to-day basis, as they will be having alternating closures there. Live look outside here, I-95, Chamberlain Avenue. Heavier on the volume, a bit of a slower go there, but we are moving along, so that's some good news. We're going to have another check on your news, weather, and traffic coming up in about 25 minutes. Also, in about 25 minutes on 8 News at 9.
Health Break is brought to you by HCA Virginia Health System.
Patients with aortic stenosis often need open heart surgery to correct the condition, but not all of them are healthy enough for surgery, according to Dr. Chi-Wan Han.
Aortic stenosis is a narrowing of one of the heart valves. Until recently, there were really no other options for these patients, and they would
decline pretty quickly.
Now, physicians use a catheter to implant a new valve through an artery in the leg. It's called TAVR, transcatheter aortic valve replacement, and in Central Virginia, it's performed by the heart valve team at HCA Virginia.
These patients and their families are so happy to be back to doing the simplest things, and now they're coming back and getting back to a quality of life they may not have known for years.
To learn more, contact the HCA Virginia Heart Valve Center at 804-HCA-TAVR or hcavirginia.com.
Health Break was brought to you by HCA Virginia Health System.
How about another look at a truly remarkable night on Dance with the Stars? Rumor and Val. Perfect 10. Oh. And her parents were there cheering on, crying. There were tears throughout the ballroom.
You couldn't find anything but 10s last night on Dancing This. That means the finale tonight is going to be an absolute blockbuster. Don't miss it. And, of course, all the finalists here live tomorrow, all part of our giant Dancing with the Stars after party right here on GMA.
And take a look at our good friend. We have Chris Harrison, host of The Bachelorette, here with his take on last night's shocking premiere. We also have the latest on his hit new romance novel. Lara's sitting over there with him. Yeah.
He's getting a lot of airtime.
He knows the genre.
Yes, he does. He knows his audience. He knows his audience. And also, hey guys, we want to wish a very special happy birthday to a dear friend of this program, David Hartman. Oh, yes. Co-host of GMA back in the day and one of the true greats. He's been such a wonderful friend to all of us, and we're wishing him a very happy, 80th birthday?
Wow.
No way.
Happy
No
birthday.
way. Make it a good day today.
Wonderful man.
Yeah, very.
Now let's go to Lara.
Thank you so much, guys. And we have more now on last night's explosive Bachelorette season premiere. Not one but two women looking for love for the first time ever. And here to break it all down, host of the hit show, soon to be host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and now author of The Perfect Letter.
It's out today.
A romance novel. Out today. Thank you, Chris.
My baby is born.
Your baby is born, Chris Harrison, and then also New York Times best-selling author, Jennifer
Who I aspire to be.
Exactly. Someday, Harrison.
Before, after.
And Jennifer, you're here because, guys, Time put Jennifer on the list of 140 best Twitter feeds last year. Your commentary on The Bachelor and Bachelorette is legendary.
Well, I mean, I had to get up early this morning just to, like, wash off the awkward from last night. But, like, you know, talk about your book first, and then we'll discuss.
No, I was just going to say, I knew her as an author. I've gotten to love her as a tweeter of The Bachelor. She's classic. But yeah, last night was a wild one.
Before we get into that, we do want to just talk really quickly, because congratulations. I know you worked on The Perfect Letter, your first novel, for 2 or 3 years.
Yes, it's taken quite some time. And, honestly, Lara, what it was, I realized who loves The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and Bachelor Nation is very strong, and it really is just an extension of that. It has nothing to do with The Bachelor and Bachelorette, but everything to do with it. And what I mean by that...
storylines that you've cultivated from your experience and things you've seen?
Not from the show, but definitely from what I learned.
Personal life.
Yeah, sadly from my my depressing personal life. But it definitely brings lessons from what I have seen in